What is up, guys? Welcome back to another live open play esports session. I'm Dan from Black Rocket. I'm coming at you live from my bedroom, and we are going to kick off Sembly today. So every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be hosting gameplay sessions from our two esports apps, Sembly and Battle Royale. We did Battle Royale yesterday. We're doing Sembly today. And then coming soon is going to be our third esports game, which is going to be Rocket Kart Racers. We're encouraging anyone that's home, if you are looking for something fun to do, to come play with us at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. You can participate in or watch one of our streams, play with your friends in private matches, or choose random public play. And as long as other Rocketeers are online, you'll be able to find a match just like that. Always remember that our policy is going to be safe, fun, learn in that order. And to keep everyone as safe as possible, we do not feature any chat elements in the games themselves, and all interactions take place in-game through competition and emotes. So before we get started, I also want to mention that we have other online opportunities available at blackrocket.com/online. Now, up here, I have our event calendar, which you could see has all the events laid out for the week, for the month. We have our coding sampler courses, our esports open plays, and our virtual open houses that take place on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Now, to get here, all you have to do is go to blackrocket.com/online. And as you can see here, we have the virtual open house. We have our play and compete together. Those are the esports. We have the online learning and live coaches, the self-guided VR, teacher coaching sessions, and then again, the events calendar. So if you need anything to do, we have our two free options, and we have a couple premium things as well, which are more similar to classes. So you do get a kind of big learning experience when you're at home learning also from school. So it is just kind of supplemental. It's fun. It keeps you guys busy, keeps everyone doing something on your toes. So I really do encourage you guys to look into some of those different options. Now, yesterday we had our virtual open house, which was YouTube and esports, and that was very fun. Those were two classes focused in content creation. We had a lot of people come out, watch that. So if you do want to watch those, it's going to be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BRP clips. You're already there. So our open houses are going to be Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So tune in next week. I'll let you guys know what classes we're doing in a different live stream, but I will get back to you guys about that. So today we're going to be doing Sembly. We're going to be playing Sembly. Sembly is a super fun game. We've played it multiple times on these open play sessions. It's kind of like Mario Maker, competitive, super fun, one-on-one action. It's really great. So in order to play Sembly, all you have to do is go to blackrocket.com/esports. And then from here, you can see our two games we have so far, Sembly and Battle Royale. And all you really have to do is just click on Sembly, the Play Now button right underneath, and it's going to load up. It does take a little bit once you do get to the screen. However, it does load. And that's pretty much it. You can play it in a browser. You can play it on a Chromebook, a MacBook, Windows computer, PC, laptop, anything. So it's super duper easy to get set up. So if you do have any friends who want to play with you, but you're kind of worried because they have a Mac or Chromebook and you guys can't play too many games together, you guys could always play this together. And if you do come in at 4 p.m. Eastern and join a game, we will cast it and live stream it for you guys as well. So we do try to get everyone involved. Super fun. And now I am logged in already. So I do have our Sembly up here. And now for you guys, what you want to do is if you do want to play, you could go to play. And then once we have a match set up and we do put a room code up and you want to try to join that room code to get on stream, you just go to private match. And then you go to join match and then you type in the room code and that's it. Now, if you want to play with your friends, you could click any of those other host options and then get a room code and then they could join you. And also for some of the game modes, Gem Race and Normal, you can actually vote on some of the things that we have. So if you want to vote, you go to Spectate, vote, and then you could vote on the different events that happen in Gem Race and Normal mode, and you also get to vote on the final item in Normal. So we do like to kind of keep everyone engaged with Sembly because it is one-on-one. However, we do get more people coming in order to cast their vote, and that kind of could lean one way or the other with the outcome of the match. So we are going to find the match in 1 second. I'm just waiting on a room code. And then we'll be able to get that for you. So our room code is going to be TKVR. So if you do want to join, you go to play, private match, join match, TKVR, and then you will be able to hop on in. So again, we are just going to wait for one of you guys to join, one of you guys to hop in to that. That's a live room code right now. So again, if you do want to join, you can always hop in. And someone did hop in. So here we go. We are live right now. This looks like it's a normal game on Rat Maze. Rat Maze, again, if you guys have heard, my least favorite gem race map, but I do like it for normal because you know where the gems are going to be. It's not random. So you could always plan out how to get around that kind of twisty, curvy map. So yeah. So far we have the sticky block, the fan, and the vacuum coming out. Player one has one more draft pick, and then we do get to the random one. So if you do want to vote on that, go to spectate vote, TKVR, and you can vote on that last item. So we're going to see what player one takes here. Looks like they are taking a little bit of time to decide. So far we have sticky block. As you can see, you kind of get stuck on it. Makes it kind of easier to wall jump, but again, you could also get stuck, so it could block you from getting up or down or side to side, all that fun stuff. Vacuum does suck you up, sends you back, while fan kind of just pushes you away. And then we have the bat also. The bat enemy is very, very frustrating, very quick, and does send you back. And it's also kind of small, so it's hard to avoid. So yeah. And then we also have the moving block voted on by you guys. Moving block, you can do a lot of different things with the moving block. You can put spikes on the moving block, so you can make the spikes move. And you could put like springs or a cannon or anything really to attach to that. We're going to see how that gets used. So now, if you aren't familiar, when we do play normal, both players are able to make their own map. So as you can see, we're on that was player two's map, and this is going to be player one's map right here. Player two put some bats down, but again, as I said, both players do make their own map. So the way normal works is it's kind of like everyone could get all 4 gems, and then you have to get the final gem. So only one person could get that final gem, but everyone could get all 4 of the little gems. Now, the points are calculated based on the speed that you get those gems. So, for example, if your opponent gets all 5 gems on their map and you only get 1, if on your map you're able to get all 5 and they only get 1, but you get your 5 quicker, you will be the victor of that match. So it's pretty interesting how that comes down. A lot of different variables and a lot of comeback factors. However, you do want to try to make it as close as possible because anything can happen. You could always get sent back to the beginning. So when it is that first map, you do want to make sure that you are able to get as many gems as you can and not kind of give up. Because if you do only get 1 gem, that kind of makes it so your opponent only needs to get 2 gems on the next map, and that just makes it really hard to come back. So we do have both our players not really putting too many items down so far. We have a pretty crazy thing going on over here with the fan and the vacuum at that upper gem in that red section right there. What else do we have? Let's find out. I will shoot this over to full screen just so we do get a better view of the map. Yeah, so it does look like they put about half of their items down so far. So we're going to see they have a minute left to decide on what they want to do, which is a lot of time. So there could be a lot more items being placed down. Player 2 went a little bit crazy with those bats over there. They kind of just blocked off that lower section. It is going to be impossible, literally impossible for you to get through this lower section. So you have to go upper. So a little bit of advice I would give is kind of save that yellow gem for last. Yeah, that's kind of it, really. You do got to kind of get that one last because if you do get that one early, you will have to go back around and down. Well, you will get sent back by the bats, and then that's pretty much the only way you can really get to that last gem. Also, so it kind of saves a lot of time. However, player one's map also looks like they don't really have a lot of resistance to get to that last gem, and you could kind of do the same strategy because that yellow gem really doesn't have a lot by it, and you could kind of just drop down. So we're gonna find out how both these players go. Almost both of them kind of put a lot of items in, but they did give some leeway. They didn't go too crazy, except that one bad area. That was pretty crazy. So we're gonna find out who's who with our colors right now. Player. Oh, both of our players are gray. That makes it so easy to figure out who's who. So that's unfortunate, but we're not gonna let it stop us. We're gonna try to find out who's who. Once our first gem is gathered, someone does look like they are AFK right now, which is pretty unfortunate. I don't Not sure how because they did build their whole level. So you have that looks like player one. Oh, it looks like player two did leave, so that's very unfortunate. So I'm gonna get another room code for you guys. We're gonna see if anyone else joins. Player two looks like someone was having some problems, so we are gonna get another match. Don't worry about it. So we're gonna find out what we got going on here. Someone may have had some internet connection issues, so we're just waiting for another lobby to start up, and then we're gonna get on our way. So once I hear a room code for you guys, I will let you know. So our room code is going to be GFPF. So here we go, GFPF. If you do want to try to join, just go to play, private, join, and then type in the room code GFPF, and then you should be good to go. And then if you aren't able to join, but you do want to have an impact on the game, you could always go to spectate, vote, and then type in the room code GFPF, and you can vote on the different events or on the final item if it is normal. This is actually going to be a gem race. So gem race personally is my favorite mode just because it's so crazy, so fast paced, and super fun. So the way gem race works is both players pick a map. The map is randomly chosen between both of them, and you only play one map. So both players build on the same map, and then they try to get 4 gems the fastest. So the gems kind of randomly spawn. I'll show you guys once we get into that if you are new. But the gems do randomly spawn in at a multitude of locations. You are able to see which locations they do spawn at. However, you don't really know for sure which one they're going to go to. So you do have to plan for a lot, and both players are able to build on the same exact the same map. So, and they still get the same amount of items. So it does get really, really, really crazy, and it's pretty fun to watch. It could, however, be over super duper quick, or it could take forever. So it's never really one way or the other. It's usually either a very fast paced match, or it really finishes, or no player is even able to get all 4 gems. So we're gonna find out what happens. So shout out! It looks like this is gonna be ODK playing. I remember you yesterday from our Battle Royale stream. So welcome back. We're gonna see how ODK is able to come up here with this victory. Try to get a win here. Try to take away. Try to steal a victory right here. We're gonna find out. Both players not really putting too many items down so far. We're about a minute into the build phase. So again, gem race is kind of a little bit crazy how it works because you don't know where the gems are going to spawn, so you don't really know what you should do, if you should place a lot of items down or if you should not place a lot of items down. And that's kind of it, really. It's kind of unknown until you really get that first gem, and then you see how the pace of the game is going to go. Another thing is that it's pretty easy to make a comeback again because it is so fast paced. So we're gonna have to find out what happens. Game's about to start in about 30 seconds. And yeah, we'll see. Now, another thing is I just remind whoever's playing that you could break items with the hammer. I believe hammer is if you just click on something. And then again, if you do get stuck, you can use the tactical reset, which is R, which will just send you back to the beginning as if you got hit by something. But if you do get trapped or stuck or there's an item close to the beginning, you can press R and then get sent back to the beginning. So we are going to get started right now. It looks like player one put a lot of items in last second. They were all the way up in the red, while player two was only in the yellow area. And now we're going to find out who's who right here. It looks like player one is going to be gray and player two is going to be red. Let's look to where that first gem is. That first gem is up in the top right corner. I must say it looks like player one is definitely going to get there first. Shouldn't be really anything stopping them from getting that gem right there. Except those moving blocks. But nothing that could send him back. However, player two is catching up right here, but player one is finally able to get that gem. Both players kind of on top of each other right now, and they do see, I hope they see that second gem over there. Both players, only player one was sent back to the beginning, which actually helped him because he was able to get pretty much closer to the gem. Now, player two could press R, which is going to be the tactical reset. That will send them back to the beginning as well. However, that would probably be too little too late, as it looks like player one is also going to grab that gem. So now, again, as you can see here, our third gem is basically right on top of player one. And then the third one is also going to be right there. So it looks like player two does look to be stuck down there. Now, they could have pressed R for the tactical reset, which does send them back. However, we do have player one getting the clean sweep, all four gems very quickly. They got pretty good spawns on the last two. So good for them. Good for player one, whoever you are. But yeah, that's when gem race is a little bit anticlimactic, when you really do get kind of all the gems really close together. So we're going to get into another game for you guys. I'm just going to get a room code real quick, and then we will get this underway. Now, again, if you guys have friends that you want to play with right now, you guys could actually start a private room on your own, and then we are able to see the room codes also, even if you like started playing or you're still in the draft, whatever. We would be able to join that and hop in there. So we are just going to give it a little bit. It looks like we did find another gem race. RQYJ is going to be our room. So if you do want to join this, you just go to play, private, join RQYJ, and you will be able to join. Kind of first come, first serve. Once someone makes a room, kind of just hop into it and then see who joins. So yeah. So someone did hop in. And now this is gem race again. So both players are able to pick 5 items. So we're going to see what our players go for. Now, shout out to our player 2. Looks like that is Drone Man 19. So shout out to you. Looks like he's taking a pretty similar strategy to our last player 2. With that, the bat and the spikes and the invisible block and moving block. So very, very cool. We also have the falling block coming in. We have the lock block coming in. The cannon, spring, robot, and another moving block. So both players going for the moving block. However, that's the only similarity here. So that gives a lot of diversity in the map and how both players... basically, you could have 9 different items on the map, which makes it really cool. You could obviously have the max of 10, but they do both have the moving block. However, having 9 different items is awesome. When it's the same map, especially. So we're going to see what our players decide to do here. Now, this map is I kind of like this map because there's a lot of different layers to it. So there's about four different horizontal levels and then a lot of different vertical kind of slices also. So you could do a lot of different things on a map like this. You could plan for a lot of different things. You could plan for like a whole area, maybe cut off a whole area, or maybe make it hard to get to a whole area or something like that. Which it kind of looks like player one is doing with that the lock and key up there at the top. So yeah, we do have, this is our whole map right now. Now it looks like player one is going to put that key all the way in the bottom right. So that is going to be kind of crazy. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to get up above there straight up. So you are going to have to go all the way around if a gem does end up there. However, it does look like player one made a little bit of a pathway. However, they may block it off again. They still have 15 seconds, so if they do want to do this, they're going to have to do it fast. However, it does look like they're just going to keep it there. So we're going to see if anyone even really needs that key. That's going to be pretty interesting to find out. And again, you could click on something to break it, and you can also press R to do the tactical reset. Does look... Player 2 looked like they trapped the key in there also, so that may be why player 1 made that quick change at the end. So we're going to find out what's going on. We're going to find out who our two players are. Looks like player 1 is going to be purple. Player 2 is going to be our brown. Player 1 is able to get a very, very quick gem right there. Player 2 gets the good spawn on the second one. Let's see if they are able to capitalize on that. They do have to hit that wall jump. Ooh, but player 1 is able to take it right at the last second. Now player 1 looks to be going around, taking the kind of the slower way, but kind of safer way also, because if he did drop just like that, he would have fell pretty far down. So big opportunity here for player 2 right now if they are able to somehow squeeze their way in. But they were able to get through the lock block, and they did grab that second gem. Player 1 getting a super duper quick. It looked like they kind of accidentally fell on that gem right there. And now it looks like player 2 is stuck there with that invisible, the one that they themselves locked in. Now, I'm not sure if in gem race you are able to break your own things. I can't guarantee. I don't believe so. So player 1 has an opportunity right here to break that block. However, they do come short. So that gem is going to respawn pretty quickly if no one is able to grab it. However, player 1 right there, it does respawn at the last second. Now, both players are in the same situation right here. Player 2 able to use the tactical reset, looked like, in order to get kind of sent back to the beginning and be closer to that gem. Very smart on them. Now, what they do have to do is they have to get this, and they have to get a pretty good spawn on the next one. But it looks like player 1 is the closest one there. So yeah, player 1 right now has the opportunity to close it out. Player 2 is going to have to really, really be hasty right now. But they do fall victim to that robot. It looked like 2 times in a row. So player 1, that opens up the door for player 1. And they are able to grab it. So player 1 able to get that last gem finally, and able to close it out right there. But that was a pretty close game. It's always closer than it leans on, because that could have definitely, player 2 could have tied that super duper quick right there, and then it could be a whole game depending on how that final gem spawns. So that was a very good game from both their players. We're going to hop into another match just momentarily. We're going to get a room code for you guys, and then we will be good to go. So we have AAJW is going to be our room code for this game. This is going to be a normal match, it looks like. So if you do want to join, you just go play private, type in the room code AAJW, and then we will get this show on the road. The road on the show. We will get the road on the show. So you have Sidewalk Hustle. Sidewalk Hustle is a very, very, very long map. So it's very wide. Not really the best map for gem race. However, when it does come to normal, like we are playing now, it's a lot more viable, because you know where the gems are going to spawn, so you don't really get kind of messed up by a gem spawning on the other side of the map. You could kind of plan for everything, and it even makes it better because it kind of makes it more just like sequential. Like you get the closest gem to you, the next closest gem, the third closest, and then the farthest one. So that is what I like about that map in normal. Now in Gem Race, this map, kind of crazy because a gem could spawn all the way on the right and then could spawn all the way on the left, or it could spawn in the middle, and then kind of, I don't know, kind of stinks when when you think about it like that, because you can't get messed up by the way the gems spawn. However, when it does come to normal, I feel like this is the best map because it kind of is just kind of like a side-scrolling Mario map, speedrun, basically, is the way I like to look at it. So we do have our switch block, our spikes, our invisible block, a spring, and we're going to find out what our last item is voted on by you guys. It is a robot. Now, robot's kind of like a bat, but you can put him on the ground, or you can put him anywhere in the sky, and he kind of just moves back and forth. We'll send you back to the beginning if you do hit him. So yeah, here's our map. As you can see, again, you have the first gem right there, and then you can move more to the right. You have your second gem, move more to the right. You have your third gem, move more to the right. You have your fourth gem, and then the last gem right there. So something you could do to be a real pain in the butt is you could kind of like make this gem incredibly hard to get to, because if you are able to get to this gem easily, you're able to get this gem just like that. Or something else you do is put the lock block around this gem and then hide the key somewhere over here, so that way you know to get the key, but maybe someone else doesn't know to get the key, and then they see the locks at the last second, and it's just like, oh. But if you do also do that strategy, you have to make sure that you do put layers of lock blocks around that, because your opponent is able to break the lock block on your map, but you're not able to break it on your own map. So that does come into play. So I do like to prepare for that by putting multiple layers, kind of blocking it off that way. But yeah, you do just want to be careful, because that could be a pretty big flaw in your game plan if you do try to do that. Oh my lord! So we have player 2 putting in an abundance of invisible blocks right here. It doesn't look like that's too much of a hassle, because you can kind of just go around them and then get the gem that way. But it does look like they completely blocked off this gem. So player 2's doing a pretty crazy strategy. So now something that could be interesting is if you do get hung up on this first gem, if player 1 gets hung up on this first gem right here, player 2 could kind of go ahead and get the other gems and get a bigger point total like that with the speed of the gems too. So they could be able to they could be able to just kind of run through their own map, and if player 1 doesn't see that this gem is going to be impossible to get, they could get hung up there for a little bit. It actually looks like player 2's map is going to be impossible unless they kind of build something to wall jump up here at the beginning. We're going to take a look at player 1's map, because that's probably where the most competition is going to be in this normal game mode. Now, again, both players do make their own map when it does come to normal. So player 2 kind of blocked off everything here. Now, you can't really wall jump up this, because the only wall you could jump up is going to be the longer part of that upside down L. And you can't jump far enough out in order to get around. So player 2's map is going to be a doozy to watch. Probably just going to be casting a waiting room there. So we are going to see player 1's map is probably going to be the big one right here. So we will see what happens on player 1's map. I believe we are going to start. This is player 1's map. So player 1 is going to be the purple. Player 2 is going to be the brown. So player 2 looks like they are kind of give up on that gem. I don't know if they really know. Maybe they don't know how normal mode works, but they could have still grabbed that gem. They do need to grab that gem at some point. So leaving that there, I don't know. I don't know about that. But we are going to see what they do here. Now they do get the far out, so they are able to see those gems there. It looks like player 1 went all the way to the back for some odd reason. Not sure why they did that, but player 2, that gives player 2 an opportunity right here to get this third gem. They are able to get it. However, now they do have to get that other one that was here. Not again, not really sure why they kind of left that, because if they did get that, they would have been able to get that big gem. However, now it looks like player 1 is able to clean up. Oh, player 1 does get sent back to the beginning. So now we're gonna have a race to who could get this last gem right here. The big bad boss gem all the way at that right side. We're gonna see if anyone even has time. Right now, player 1 is in the lead. Yeah, player 2 again. Player 2's map looks like it's impossible. Both players get sent back to the beginning. So if I had to guess, I'd say this is gonna be a player 1 victory, because I don't think there's any way to get a gem on player 2's map. We're gonna find out. Yep. But player, oh, that's so unfortunate. Okay, so what happened there was player 1 was able to break the invisible block, the one invisible block that's kind of stopping him from getting up there. However, player 2 is not able to break items on their own map. So I mentioned that many times, but it does not look like they were prepared for that. So player 1 could kind of even just grow their lead at this point, get some more EXP, pretty much. But again, they're not going to be able to finish up the map. That's the maximum amount of gems that they're going to be able to get here. Where did player? Okay, he went all the way down. Looks like they're just gonna hang out here now. We can't really do anything, so we do get the lights out. And yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap this up. We're just gonna wait it out, I guess, for the next 20 seconds. But yeah, it looks like player 2 was not aware that they would not be able to get through their own invisible blocks. Was a good strategy, but they just did not think it through enough. So that does wrap it up. Player 1 is able to take the victory. And then we are going to get into another game, I believe. All right, so it looks like we are going to try to join a player match right now, a private match that we're just gonna try to hop into. It does look like it is not found, so we may not be able to hop into this. So again, if you guys do want to make a private match, you are able to do that. We will pull the room code. We will broadcast it for everyone on the stream to kind of join. So all you have to do is just make one, and we will be able to see it. So we're going to give it a little bit, see if maybe you guys want to make a room. So we did find a room code. It's going to be ACDM. We're going to see if we can hop into this one. Again, this is looking like we are not going to be able to join in here. Keep trying a bunch of different ones. I believe the room codes also do kind of change once a match does start. So yeah, as you see, ACDM was the room code, but AHVS was the room code that we joined. Other player did leave, unfortunately. But that was a match with you guys. That was a private match that we were trying to hop on into. So we're gonna keep on running it back. We're gonna see if we are able to hop into one of your guys' matches, because it's just a lot more fun when we just kind of hop in without you guys knowing. We have QBAJ. We're gonna see if that one works. That one does not look again. So these room codes do kind of change sometimes when it goes from like So we're just gonna keep on trying. So it does look like we did find a room that's gonna be QFHA. So if someone does want to hop into that, that's gonna be a just a random room someone made. So we're gonna see what we got. So it looks like this room is going to be underway. We have a normal match coming in on, again, Sidewalk Hustle. So we're going to see how that works here. Again, on our Sidewalk Hustle last game, we had a little bit of difficulties with that player 2 map. But we are going to give it a go here with the draft phase. We do have the bats coming out. Followed by the fan. It looks like I'm a little bit. I was green for a little bit there. And now it looks like we also have a little bit of trouble. Okay, it looks like everything is now back to normal. Sorry about that. But we are back to normal here. So we do have the bat, the fan, the cannon, the spike, and now we have our final item voted on by you guys. And that's going to be the moving block. Now it looks like we are going a little bit green again. This is probably going to be something that has to do with all the internet problems that have been happening as of late. So we're gonna see if we can fix this real quick for you guys. Now it is just the build phase again, so you're not really missing too much action. I can always explain what's going on once this does show back up. But again, you are gonna see if we are able to fix this. Because right now we are just completely green. Now I'm green also. So I'm just gonna throw this to the BR back screen and see if that is able to fix some things. So I will get right back with you guys in just a moment. All right, guys. So it does look like we did have a little bit of what seemed to be some kind of internet problem going on. However, we are in our second map of this normal game. So this is going to be player two's map. Player two is also in the lead. So it looks like player two is going to be that blue character, while player one is going to be the red. Now, player two is moving along. Already grabbed one gem on this final map. Already grabbed their second gem here too. So it looks like they kind of already iced this game between player two and player one. Now, it did look to be a pretty even match at the end of that first map. However, now it looks like player two is having a little bit of, or player one, excuse me, is having a little bit of difficulty navigating through the beginning of player two's map. So again, that's kind of what you want when you do play normal. You want your map to be good for you, and you want it to be bad for the other player. So does look like our player two is making their way along, able to really pretty smoothly navigate through the rotate event right there as well. Now it does look like that final gem is going to be in a little tough situation between two moving spike blocks. Very interesting game plan right there. Does make it pretty hard. Only 6 seconds left, so it does look like player two is going to be able to capitalize on this one. Oh, they came flying in. It looked like they probably took the cannon and tried to just snag their fourth gem, and they actually did grab it. So very, very fun play at the end there from player two. However, they weren't able to get the big one, but they did get that fourth small gem. So we're going to do maybe one or two more games just because we did miss out on that one a little bit because of technical difficulties. So we don't want to end there. We do want to get some more going. So again, if you guys are playing or you do want to play, just join a game and we will be able to hop on in there. Let's see. So we did find a game. We found QXRI. Now, if you do want to play in this, looks like it's already live actually. So very nice, very nice. This is going to be a gem race. So again, gem race, super fast. Also very fun. So big shout out to Ahoy and Drone Man 19 for being in there. Um, yeah, we do have our gem race game going on there. Now it does look like both players chose a lot of basically picked the same exact blocks. So we kind of have only 5 blocks. We don't have a lot of diversity in this map. But again, it is again gem race, so anything can happen. We are on Sidewalk Hustle, which is my least favorite gem race map because again, the gem spawns could kind of decide the pace of the game here, really. So yeah, a lot of invisible blocks coming in. Really, that's kind of all that they did right there. So they blocked off basically 2 gems completely from being able to get there, and then they didn't really block off that much else. So player two really, it looks like now they decided to change their strategy because they realized that just placing all their invisible blocks in the same spot probably wasn't that good of an idea. However, let's see what we find. So we're gonna see what happens here. Now, again, we do have player one going for a pretty subtle approach with the invisible blocks, and player two also kind of pulled back on what they were doing with all those invisible blocks. However, it does look like the invisible blocks are pretty much the only thing that they're using right here. So that's pretty interesting because they do have the spikes, falling, and moving block, which could also be used in a good, pretty useful fashion. However, that is not going to be the case right here. They're going strictly invisible block. But it does look like we do have a pretty interesting map. A lot of stuff kind of blocked off, so we're gonna see what's what right now. When we do hop in here. So here we go. We are gonna start both player player two just hopping in the back, just dancing. Looks like they maybe getting a running start on this map. However, it doesn't look like they got too far ahead. They're actually able to grab that first gem. So we have player two is going to be the brown, while player one is going to be that light blue color. So looks like again we had a little bit of a problem with the full screen there. However, player one is able to grab that their first gem of this game, and they do also have an advantage going into that third gem total, which could be their second. We have the lights out also coming in. Let's see if they are able to grab that as pretty close to where time expires. Now again, looks like that gem is close to the beginning. So again, if you do want to press the tactical restart, that's going to be R. You do get sent back to the beginning. However, it's kind of in the middle of the map, so that isn't going to help out too much. But it does look like both players were sent back to the beginning. So player one now slightly in the lead on this next gem. Let's see if they are able to grab it. Player two does fall victim to the spikes, and player one is able to grab that gem. And now let's see. We do get the slow mo, and player one in the lead, trying to get their fourth and final gem right now. So we are going to see how that goes. It looks like player one should be able to get it unless it does expire, but they are able to get that final gem. So that's 4 gems total. Very, very impressive from player one there. Player two was able to get out to that quick start, but player one was able to ice the game at the end by getting 4 gems in a row. So very, very impressive coming in from player one. And now it looks like we're going to have one more game coming in. Let's see what we got right here. We have YDSY. Oh, is that Y? Yeah, that's Y. We have YDSY. It's going to be room code. We did find the room, so we do have this game live momentarily. So we are, and we're just waiting on one more player to join this room. So if you do want to join, room code is YDSY. You just go to play, private, and then yeah, that's it. You type in the room code at join room. So there you go. So it looks like someone did join us. We are live. We got another gem race map going on. Player two, player two selecting the same thing as Drone Man has been selecting. However, it does look like we have a different player. This is going to be Gogo Boomerang and ODK 320. So shout out to you guys. Again, we have some similar items being chosen here. We have the falling block and the spike, the invisible block also. So we have 3 of the same items so far. Let's see what the last item that player 1 picks is going to be. It looks like they actually did change one item to that the one-way block, and then they also picked a fan. So we have I forgot what this map is called. However, I do know it's very, very easy to tell this specific map because a lot of the gems are on these single blocks at the top. So a strategy that we do see sometimes is kind of blocking off this whole section and kind of betting on what if the gems are going to be spawned up there or not. Now this map is actually Toxic Knight. I remember the name. So we do have Toxic Knight coming in. Similar with the metal to Sidewalk Hustle, also similar to how Rat Maze is kind of has the same design as Pipe Jungle. So yeah, we do have a lot of crazy stuff going on. We have a lot of spikes down there, kind of getting that whole gem kind of blocked off. And now, as you can see, we also have someone kind of trapping the invisible blocks in, uh, kind of trapping this gem with the invisible blocks. We have a lot of bats coming out now, so the bats could make it super super annoying to kind of build or not build, kind of maneuver your way up to that top layer. So player one looks like they're almost both of our players almost maxed out on their items. Here it looks like yeah, both of them. I think player one only has room for like one more item down, so we do have a pretty maxed out game here. But it does look like a lot of the map does look a little congested towards the center there, with not a lot of stuff on the sides. So you will be able to get to some of those gems freely. However, it does look like there may be some hidden spike blocks in the cones or the big traffic cylinders. But we are going to find out what happens here. So let's see what we got going on. Player one is going to be the light purple, or the purple, and then player two is going to be the red. Let's see what our first gem is. Our first gem is at the top, so that purple should be able to get it pretty quickly. While player two is closer to that next gem. However, it does look like it's going to be pretty tough for them to get through that middle again. I believe they were the ones who also put those spikes down. So player one able to grab both gems pretty quickly. While player two, they also use a tactical reset in order to get back to the beginning. You can do that again by pressing R. It looks like they used it again. It is coming in handy for them. We have a rotate going on, so that could make it a little bit difficult to kind of get up there, especially when you have to maneuver through some other blocks, some third party blocks, if I do say so myself. However, that gem may be expiring pretty soon, so let's see if player one is able to get it. Oh, they just missed out on it. It does expire just as they would have gotten to it. Very unfortunate there. They should be able to get this next gem though, because it looks like player two is still struggling with that kind of spike creature that they made in the beginning over there. And player one, just as they were about to finish off the game, does fall victim to some hidden spikes. So we're gonna see what we have in the finale here. Now again, player one is in the lead here. Pretty much iced the game, as I do have 3 gems compared to player two's 0. So again, it's gonna be really hard for them to make the comeback. And player one is able to get the clean sweep of 4 gems. So big props to player one right there on being able to finish that one out as a clean sweep. So that does look like it is going to be our final match of the day. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking with us through some internet difficulties and technical difficulties. We really appreciate it. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the same thing, same time at 4 p.m. Eastern time. However, we may be running Battle Royale. So if you tuned in yesterday, you should already be familiar. And if you need help getting that set up tomorrow, I'll be able to help you guys out there and give you guys some detailed instructions on how to get that all working. Now, again, we have our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BRP where you are right now. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss our videos. And also, not YouTube, blackrocket.com/online, where you can see our premium content, as well as our free content, which is going to be the open house and the live esports open play sessions. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate your company. We hope you guys had fun, and we will see you guys again tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern. See ya.